This is the morning medication routine. First medication I give is a Bixaban. This is a clot busting blood thinning medication. A lot of people that have Alzheimer's, they are having strokes, mini strokes in their brains. This is 20 mg memantine hydrochloride. It's also known as Abixa, E-B-I-X-A. I did open these two before I made the video, so just for demonstration I've put them back. This would be diabetes medication. Also took this one out in the morning. This medication, thiopine, so I am now administering 300 mg a day. We'll just give half in the morning. I'll give 75 mg in the morning and the rest in the evening. Well, not exactly 75, is it? It's a bit less. I'll give more in the evening. Vitamin C, because I'm going to crush the tablets. So I don't want the medication to taste bitter. The patient is always lying down, so they need something in the stomach to stop acidity. Macrozole, 20 mg. What else? Oh, this thing. Muscle relaxant. So the patient has really bad kidneys. I can't give regular painkillers like naproxen or ibuprofen. So this is the next best thing. Sometimes I give patient something like this. So it has paracetamol and a bit of, I don't know, phenylephrine, some sort of muscle relaxant or something to relax your sinuses, and something like this. Go, I don't know what even this is, but there's also the phenylephrine that was in the earlier one. Let's give this one today instead of the normal paracetamol. I usually give paracetamol, but let's give this one because this already has paracetamol inside. And I'm going to show you how I make and mix the medication as well. So here's the pill crusher. There is a danger of patients' teeth breaking because they don't understand. They start chewing on everything, and some of these tablets are really hard to chew on you, especially on your teeth. Here goes the omeprazole. This one I will take it out in a silicone this is the quieter one I found out on Amazon. I will try to mention it there so you can buy it. None of the links are sponsored, so you don't have to pay extra. You just go around and shop for cheaper things. I bought this from Dunelm. It's some sort of egg poaching, but it is silicone, so it's quite easy to take stuff off. Sometimes I also give, wait, let me do the rest of it so you understand. Sometimes I also use multivitamins. It's not regularly, but for this video I'm going to get today. So this is a multivitamin. I already put vitamin C into it. Vitamin D3 and K2. Now you have to be careful. This thing interacts with the bixaban. The bixaban is a blood thinner. This one thickens your blood, but it has vitamin D. There is now an ethical question that comes up. Magnesium complex. I don't know if this helps or not. An ethical question comes up: should you do things that prolong the life of terminally ill patients or patients who can never get better? And that is a question. So this thing is quite common in the here. It's a natural vegetable laxative. And they're basically tablets. Now the issue with these tablets is they go in your tummy and they cause cramps and stuff like that. They try to irritate the intestines, irritate bowels to make them work. And this thing isn't like, it's painful. And that's the same mechanism in this lactulose syrup. I think this is the normal strength you can buy over the counter in the pharmacy. I think this is there's a lot of it. You just need a little bit of this. But this also works the same as the Senna tabs. However, if you use this sachet, this powder inside, you mix it in water. So this thing is known as, what is it known as? It's known as Movacol in other places. And over here, some pharmacies sell it below 20 degrees. Where is it? So it's known as Movacol world over. The brand name is Movacol, same as this EBIXA. Like this was Abixa. This is Abixaban, the blood thinning one. So this one is known as Movacol. And what this does is it retains water in your intestines. If water is held in your intestines, it will keep the fecal matter loose. It will not let it form a solid something. So once the fecal matter is already in a liquid state, then pushing that out slowly without any cramps is much easier for a disabled patient. And there will be no cramps, no torture, none of that stuff. So I prefer using this, and this is so powerful. If you put 6 of these sachets in a liter of water and give it over a time of say 9 hours or 6 hours, the worst kind of constipation can be undone. I have tried it. There was need to give enema, liquid enema, through the back passage. It wasn't exactly simple. It was a neglected patient. But this thing, it's a peaceful laxative. Unlike these or the other ones, the Psychodil or something like that. Psychodil, I have a Psychodil somewhere. I just can't find it. It's a maze of medication, you can see. So it's not, everything isn't straightforward. So I need to sort it out. There is a system over here. Folic acid. Something else, vitamin B complex. That one is finished. I don't have any more of that. So just crush this. Magnesium complex. Now there is something else you need to do. You can't just mix water or stuff like that. So check the thing is empty. So this, they've started making a quieter version. I had the noisier version. See? This one is quite noisy. I had to put it in the fridge. Fill it up, put it in the fridge, close the fridge, and then just switch it on and put it in the fridge. All right, so I will now take you to place where to, what else do I mix with this? Okay, so this is some sort of bodybuilder chocolate powder. It has its own scoop, so we'll just use that. The medication is as such that I've never really. Take some butter. Now the fat or butter might interact with some medication, but the patient is already on end of life things, so like, would you want somebody to taste medication, such sort of medication? If there is, well, I use this thing now because it doesn't solidify in the cold. It's winter, the dead of winter here. Oh, let us see where this goes. There's one thing else I use with this. Adds a lot of chocolate in the morning. So after giving the patient this, give her. So I've used this and put, because this one doesn't solidify in the morning, processed in Ireland. Irish Moo. Alright, apart from this, there's a lot of chocolate that needs to be given in the morning so that it counteracts the taste of this powdered crushed medication. This thing is like, so let me tell you what happened. So before I smartened up, I used to use this. It's the same thing as the Movocol thing. You can buy this off Amazon in USA. Sometimes they ship, sometimes they don't ship. There's liquid in this capsule, and I would use a scissor to cut it out and mix it with this. So one day, a little fraction of a dot got stuck to my thumb. So I said, a little laxative is never bad for somebody. So I just licked it. And in the next 15 minutes, I realized that being alive wasn't worth it. It was so bitter. It took about 4 hours to get rid of that bitter taste. Well, I'm not a coffee person, and I don't like bitter things, so maybe it's just an exception to me. Since then, I've changed my strategy. Put butter or some sort of margarine. Butter is stiff in the morning, so I'll not be using the butter. I used some butter. Don't overdo on the chocolate as well. Don't go crazy. Weight gain thing would become an issue later on. So we just use 2 of these. And this one is a bit. Every superstore have their own version, and these are like extremely cheap chocolates. So use 3 of these, and there will be other things for breakfast. So once that is done, first give this, give water, and at the end of the meal, you give this, so this taste remains in the mouth of the patient. And that's it. Hope this helps you. So this is the evening meal, the Movicol. There's a bit of chocolate, crushed medication in oil. So this is the evening meal, chocolate, some chicken tortilla wrap, that's the chocolate in there, crushed medication mixed in butter, water. Some of the medication in butter, the butter will interact with the medication and not let it be effective, but as the patient is already at end of life, so it doesn't matter that much anyhow now. But the thing is, why I use butter is to dent the taste, the bitterness, the taste of the crushed medication. Have you ever eaten crushed Panadol? It's horrible for a lot of people, and I don't know what else is there. Like, there are a lot of, some medications I can't even taste. They're antipsychotic. I don't know their effects. I just use butter. Sometimes I use this chocolate powder that bodybuilders use. It is an extra source of protein for the patient as well. This is Movicol. I will give this immediately by this. This is a bit salty tasting. It's a lot thicker today because I wanted the patient to go number 2. And it's a bit salty tasting. I also drank this for myself. It retains water in your intestines and keeps the fecal matter in liquid state, so the patient doesn't have to go through constipation. That thing is painful as well, and because the patient can't explain themselves, so it's better to stick with this thing instead of other sort of laxatives that will irritate bowel. So this one just keeps the fecal matter in liquid state, and it will obviously come out with flatulence or stuff like that. The chocolate I will give at the end of the meal, so that any residual taste of this medication can be overcome with the chocolate. This is all theoretical. I haven't had any research in it. I haven't done it myself as well. But I hope it's make things easy for the patient.